Here in East Los Angeles at the Capetillo Boxing Academy, catching up with boxing trainer Javier Capetillo Jr. Javier, one of your fighters, fought this past March 11th in Montebello at the All-Star Boxing card. Danny La Pesadilla Martinez, he improved to 5-0. How did you see her performance that night?
He did good. He did good. He did what he had to do. You know, he had to go in there and win. I mean, he had a long layoff of 9 months, so you know he was a little sluggish, a little out of tone, but you know he'll improve as time goes on. You know.
Oscar Bonilla, his opponent that night, I asked you in a previous interview if you guys know anything about him. How did you see that fight against Danny that night? Oscar Bonilla.
You know what? It was a very good test for Danny, because that kid, you know, he didn't come just to collect a check. That kid wanted to win. He came to fight too, and he brought. I mean, you saw his head. I mean, his face. He had a big old ball, and the kid kept fighting. He wouldn't go down. So he was a very tough opponent. But those are the kind of opponents that sometimes, you know, not all the time. We don't want that kind of opponent all the time, but it's good for him to get in those kind of wars, you know.
Do you think Danny had enough that night to put him away? Do you think he could have stopped him earlier in the fight?
No, you know what? If that it depends on the opponent, not always just on Danny. You know, I mean, right. Danny knew what he had to do if he had to do it. Obviously, you don't get that kind of injury just because you're getting, you know, slapped. Right. He was getting connected with pretty good hits, but the kid just wouldn't go down. It's a tough kid. It's a tough kid. You know, the record's kind of deceiving, you know, but he's a tough kid. Yeah.
Even though Danny hadn't fought, like you said, in 9 months, he's always in the gym. I always see him here. He's a hard-working kid.
Yeah.
What are some of the new stuff that Danny has been working on since he joined you guys here at the Capetillo Boxing Academy?
It's a little more in defense. You know, I mean, Danny's gonna be Danny. That's his style. He's like I say, he's a fan-friendly fighter, but we don't want him to get hit as much. You know, that's our main concern, because we all know what happens. You get hit a lot, you know. You won't last long in this business. So that's our biggest concern, is first of all for his health, to not get hit as much, and then you know, he knows what he has to do as far as, you know, he's a very tough kid. He's got a lot of heart, and just the blocking and the movement more of the waist, and you know, do a little bit more movement of the waist. That's just it.
He's been known as a very hard puncher, and I know he's been working on his technique, his defense, his head movement. He only has 5 fights. Do you see him, like, in the near future as a top prospect in the 140-pound division?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, he's just starting. He's just a promise. And I tell all our fighters that we're just, you know, we're nothing. We're just promises. And but if he continues to work the way he is, yeah, absolutely. Because he's a tough fighter. You know, he sometimes we make the comparison as far as like Margarito.
Why is that? Who has compared him to Margarito?
He comes forward. We're working on his uppercuts. He has beautiful uppercuts like Margarito did. So that the only thing was Margarito had a little more defense, and that, you know, but that didn't come overnight.
And you obviously know,
yeah,
Margarito style because of all the years your dad used to train Margarito. Right. Yes.
And the thing is that you know, obviously Margarito didn't get that blocking and all that overnight. You know, remember, he had been knocked out before too.
Right.
And so it takes training, you know. And Danny's been with us about, I want to say 4 months now, or 3 months previous to the fight. So I mean, it takes time to kind of, you know, change into the style that we want to put into him. That is not going to be very different of what he had. You know, it's just more defense and more maybe laterals, a few more laterals, and his conditioning is great. You know, he's running a lot. He's running a lot.
Not a lot of fighters are able to hang with the Capetillo boxing style. Why is Danny La Pesadilla Martinez a guy that he could keep up with your guys'
Because he's a tough kid. Because he's a hell of a tough kid. You know, he never says no to anything that we ask him to do. You know, whatever we got to be in the mountain at 5 in the morning tomorrow, he's there. You know, we got to be in the beach, he's there. Wherever we got to be, we tell him he's there. And he's one of the ones that gets there earlier. He drives himself over there.
Wow.
You know, a lot of guys, we got to come bang on the door. Hey, get up, time to go.
So he's dedicated. He really wants to be someone in the sport.
He wants it, yeah.
What would you say to the fight fans? That the fight fans that haven't seen him fight, hopefully we'll get to see them. We'll get to see him fight on TV sometime soon.
Oh no, he's a very exciting fighter. I mean, he comes to fight. He throws punches from the beginning to the end, and you know, there's sometimes he might even get a little wild, which you're trying to correct. But you guys, the fans, are gonna love it because he's there to throw punches. He's not there to be running around, or he's there to fight.
Okay. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Javier Capetillo Jr. just giving us a little summary about Danny La Pesadilla Martinez's last fight, 5-0, and we'll get to hear him soon, and we're gonna be watching a lot more about Danny La Pesadilla Martinez.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Javi.
Thank you, guys.